We look ugly because we've been crying. I feel odd doing my little happy intro because this is serious. So I'm not doing my regular intro. Welcome to my channel. Today, it sounds like a business meeting.
Welcome.
So today we are going to be talking about the movie 5 Feet Apart. And before I start, I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but if we accidentally spill, like, some tea, I'll either, like, bleep it out or I'll, like, put a timestamp and you just skip it. Because, I don't know, we might say something without even thinking. So just in case, there's that. But to start off, it was really good. It was a really good movie. And for all you people out there, I mean, opinions are opinions, so I guess, like, it doesn't really matter. But I think if you're mad that they're romanticizing cystic fibrosis, I just think, I'm trying to be nice here. We need to not be crazy. Because who wants to watch a morbid documentary about cystic fibrosis? The answer is nobody, okay? So, in order to bring awareness to it, they need to make it a Hollywood movie. So,
On that note, though, this Hollywood movie was very well done.
mm-hmm.
There were some small inconsistencies, probably things that only people in the CF community that do these things on a daily basis and have done them for years and years are going to notice.
Yeah, Mom pointed out the first breathing treatment she did. She was like, do you realize it was upside down?
Yeah, most people are going to notice that the mouthpiece is flipped upside down, but,
Yeah.
you know, little things like that. But those are things that you can overlook because in the big picture, it was very
really
well
movie.
made.
It didn't go the plot I thought it was going to go, which I really liked. And it had a lot, it was really good. And it made you cry a lot. Like, if I think about it too hard, I'll start crying. We don't want to cry on camera. That'd be good, like, thumbnail, though. If I start crying. But no,
Well,
it was
I'm
really
going
good.
to because, you know, I'm me and I cried everything.
Yeah, she was crying and nothing was happening. I was like, Mom, why are we crying right now?
But for all of the drama in the CF community, Justin Baldoni did an amazing job. Did a lot of justice for CF and something that I think will start a conversation for people, for awareness. And you know that, I don't know how many of you all are aware of who Claire Wineland is and her part in this movie, but I guarantee you that she's smiling down and that she was happy with how this movie turned out because she put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it.
It's so sad that she's not here to see
It's
it, but
very sad.
I really liked, like, at the end, they did dedicate it to her. And I don't think that's going to spoil anything. But that almost made me cry. I was like, dang, I don't want to cry after the movie already ended and I already, like, soaked up all my tears.
I cried
But
at the end
it's
because
just-
the song that they were playing at the credits. That song always makes me cry.
I mean, if you are a part of the CF community, because, like, I've watched her videos before, and it's just sad when you see somebody that you've, like, helped you out, like, through things. So it's hard, even if you didn't know them personally. You know, it's just tough.
Yeah.
And then it gets me all emotional. Because it isn't, like, I think it hits harder for people who are involved. Like, I know there were some people in the theater who didn't like the movie. And I know there were some people who...
teenage boys who came with their girlfriends.
Yes. Listen, if I didn't understand what CF was, I may be like, oh, that's kind of cheesy. But, I mean...
Well, I mean, you know, they have to have...
They have to.
It's
Like,
Hollywood. You have to have your... You have to take your liberties and
I mean, that's
make
the
it a
reason
movie
why-
worth watching.
Yeah. Oh, like, The Fault in Our Stars did amazing. And why did they do that? Because it was a love story. If it was just about people dying of, you know, cancer and, like,
Yeah.
I mean, no one's going to watch that.
Yeah.
And plus, they did a really good job at, like, showing what we go through.
Yeah.
And, like, what even the parents go through a little bit. And that was really good, too, that they had, like, they touched really well on
The relationship.
the relationship with family. So it's really good. Like, it really did show a lot of things. And it really made me think, like, oh, I really understand, like, I've been through that situation. Because I think we've all been through, like, having friends I guess I shouldn't speak for everybody, but like I have some friends on Instagram that I talk to all the time, and we always check up on each other, but I could never meet them in person. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I mean, you know, I'm not supposed to. Yeah. And my brother has CF, if you don't know, if you're watching this. And I mean, I don't stay away from him. Like, I'm around him and my mom's cousin, so I mean, you don't have to, but you're technically supposed to. But I'm around them all the time because they're my family. Yeah, but with the, because I know a lot of people, the concern about romanticizing it was that it was going to tell CFers that they're allowed to go near other people. But it's a personal choice. Yeah, but throughout pretty much throughout the entire movie, you know, they're safe and they're apart. I mean, and then like I told you that one line from the friend, like that hit real hard. What line? Where he says, "This disease is like a prison. I want to hug you," because she was upset. And I can imagine. Here we go again. I know, it is hard talking about it because it just makes you want to cry. How hard that would be to grow up around these people and have this love for them and have so much in common and never be able to comfort or like truly like hang out in the sense that most friends do. Like most of us, we have our friends and, you know, when they're upset, you hug them. When you're happy, you hug them. You know, you can touch them. And you don't have to have that. And that's kind of another thing I think that the movie touches on is that, you know, the touch and stuff, you can have this love and this intimacy and all of these things without that physical touch, but it's important and that it's hard to not have. So like, and you know, like I asked Ashley when we left, the first thing I asked her was, what was the first part that really hit you hard? You want me to answer that again? Well, there was a scene with just Haley, and who played her name in the movie was Stella. Stella. I have a bad brain. Okay, so Stella and her mom in the movie, they were across the table in lunch in the cafeteria, and it just got like they were laughing, and then just went silent, and then the mom just started crying. It was like, I don't know how I'd live without you. And then she just went completely silent. Like, Stella didn't know how to answer that question. Yes, us moms cry a lot. It's reality, though, people. Yeah, it is. Because, I mean... And then, there's other things, too. I don't want to say it. Like, there's some other stuff, too, that happened. But, like I said, I don't want to spoil it. But then when she was talking about some other stuff, I was like, it's so... It is, because you know... We know the truth. Like... Well, and like, as a parent, it's hard to watch a kid go through anything. And the reality of cystic fibrosis is you watch them go through a lot of things that you would never want. And if you could take their place, you would do it in a heartbeat. It's hard to watch your kid, and I mean, and it starts pretty much at birth for most people. You know, some people don't get diagnosed so early, but you know, like for Bryce and Ashley, like Bryce was 8 months old and Ashley was born, you know, they diagnosed her right away because of Bryce. So there's been a lot of doctor's appointments and hospital stays and surgeries and medicine, and you know, and it's something that there's been lots of times where they don't want to do it because who would want to? You want to be just a normal person, a normal kid, and you want to go out and you want to do these things, and I think that, my opinion, I think the movie would have hit hard no matter what. I think it's a little bit harder right now with you. She just got out of the hospital. Yeah. You know, there were all of these things. I just got my pick out today. Like, I know y'all known that I had this. But it's out now, at least. So, yeah, I mean. Yeah, I literally just got it out today. And I've had to, like, be stuck at home most of the time. And just do treatments and just be asleep and just do IV antibiotics. And I couldn't go to work and I couldn't go to school. And now I'm kind of stressed out about school, but it's fine. Like, that's just what it is. It's just what it happens. And then speaking of that, because, I mean, it's, like, just because I have a sibling that has CF. It's hard for me to see him go through it, even though I know how it feels. Like, it's just hard, like, when he's sick, and, like, me watching that. And I guess he feels the same, I hope. I hope he feels the same way. But it is hard when he's, like, going through something. But it's also good when he's doing good, because I know I was doing bad a couple weeks ago, but then he went up, like, 10 pounds, and then 10 in his lung functions. I was just so happy.
Yeah.
So it really hits hard for me, just having a sibling with it, too.
Yeah. And I know you said it made you think of these friends that you have that you'll never actually be able to be around or, like, hang out with and stuff. For me, there are a whole lot of people that we've met along our journey. Many amazing mothers, and a lot of these mothers have lost their children. So for me, that was my thing, it made me think of all of these people, of all these mothers who right now probably wish that they could take their kids to see this movie if they wanted to see it, and they're not here to see it. To think about all of their kids and, what they would thought, and the fact that they don't get to see, that somebody's trying to bring awareness to this. And that's a hard reality. It's a hard pill to swallow, so to say.
Yeah.
No pun intended there with that.
Yeah.
But that is something, and then as silly as it's going to sound to most people, because they're probably not going to understand it, just like most people wouldn't understand why the scene between the mom and the daughter touched her so much and touched me, and why it's so important. Because unless you're there, you don't fully understand. Yeah. But I done forgot where I was going with that.
You talked too much.
What was I talking about?
I really don't know where you were going with that.
Oh,
she just went on.
No, I do know.
Okay.
I was going to say, as silly as it sounds, because even though, we are the only ones who understand certain parts, not just us, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. The community.
Yes. There were a couple times that I found myself not even watching the movie, but instead I was watching her. And like I said, that's probably going to sound silly to most people, but when you're watching something that is your life, your reality, your you can't help but think or put yourself in that position, or look at it from that perspective. And like I said, I believe they did CF justice, but in that sense too, there were very emotional, triggering moments.
I wish I could tell y'all like a couple of them, but I'd be spoiling.
Yeah. But
yeah, I definitely wanted to host this because I think it's important to hear from people who are in that situation, and like you guys know that's legit. Like, that's really how it is. That's really what it's like. I mean, besides like the Hollywood part of it, it was pretty darn accurate, because I know more of her, like watching like reaction videos to like Grey's Anatomy and like other shows that touch on it that do like a terrible job.
So frustrating.
Like a terrible job. Like, I'll have to link the one that we really like, Morgan.
Cystic one, yes.
Yes. I'll link him below. And they're just funny. That's all I have to say.
They are funny because, but he's very valid. And it's like I said, most people wouldn't even pick up on some of the things, but they're so poorly done.
It was funny because he really was excited about that port that she had. Like, I remember that's like the one thing that he said was the port, and it's so, because if you have like antibiotics going through an IV, it's not going to stay. It's not going to last. It'll maybe last you like an hour, if that. Like, for me, it doesn't even last a minute.
Yeah.
So, like, you need, like, the pick or you need a port. And so, like, every show would not touch on that. Like, I swear. So, he was really excited about the port. And then, what was something else?
The G-tube.
Oh, and then after this dude on Grey's Anatomy got a lung transplant, he was just like, I'm awake, I feel great, I can breathe. Not hooked on anything.
Talking and everything,
just great, just perfect. Like, cool, that's what, if I go through a transplant, I'm just going to wake up fine. Like,
not reality.
Yeah, so I was like, that's cool, I guess. But, yeah, so it was a really good, like, representation of the movie. And I think it's good for the community because it brings out the word. And the more people that know about it, the more people are going to research, the more people are going to, like, know about CF. Mm-hmm. And if they know, like, if you guys know, hey, this is coming from a CF person, and, like, people that have been with CF for 20 years, because my brother's 20, and he was diagnosed at 8 months, so she's been around, like us, both of us, for, like, 20 years. Mm-hmm. So it's good to know that, hey, this is genuine, this is really what we go through, this movie was really accurate.
I think for all of the small inconsistencies, if you choose to overlook those, which you should,
yeah,
but if you choose to overlook those small inaccuracies that in the long-term big picture does not really matter, then, you know, I mean, get over the what hospital lets CF patients run around and interact with each other, even if they're 6 feet apart? What?
Do you really want to see a movie about a CF person stuck in a room? Because I can tell you right now, it's boring, okay? You don't want to see that.
But if you can get over those hurdles, which a lot of people are finding, and, the nebulizer thing's turned upside down, oh my gosh, she's picking stuff up off of the hospital floor, yuck, that's nasty. Like cringy type moments.
I mean, like, I guess some people have their different opinions. But I just don't see that. Like,
but my point is if you can get over those small inaccuracies, if you can't, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's your right. No judgment. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. But if you are able to overlook those small inaccuracies and you look at the bigger picture, listen to, like, Stella's vlogs. Mm-hmm. Like, when he's going through and watching, like, a lot of her old vlogs and stuff, I mean, they were pretty spot on. Like, you could tell that they worked with Claire and that they had the CF nurse on the... on site, and that they were really trying their best.
They did a really
to
good
give
job,
justice. Yeah. Because you can tell that there had to be people involved with it that knew CF.
Hey, this is what we go through, and like they did a really good job. Cole and Haley, they did a really, really good job. Like when they first started coughing, I was like, dang, that really do what it sounded like that. Like it sounds that nasty, and yes, we spit up stuff that nasty, like. It was really accurate. Like some of the small details were actually pretty accurate.
Yes, they were. So yes, it's been a rough night overall.
We're all emotional in our feelings.
I feel like we're blubbering.
I feel like we're just talking.
Like blabbering.
And I feel
blabbering, whatever. Blah blah blah.
I feel like we are like probably gonna forget things that we wanted to say, and we're gonna be like, oh crap, I wish I would have. But like I said, I might do another video after more people have actually seen it, because I feel like there's stuff I do want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil it.
Well, yeah, I can think of quite a few things that
I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
That we talked about on the ride home, but it would give away too much of the movie if somebody happened to
I don't
click on it. And but also another thing is if you're on the fence and you're not sure, you can also go and look up interviews that people have done with Haley and Cole and Justin Baldoni.
I like
when he talks, you can just see and hear the genuineness.
They really tried, like
in his voice and in theirs, and like on their faces, that they wanted to do justice for the CF community.
Sorry, I thought my cat
and that
something.
They wanted to bring awareness, and that it wasn't just a Hollywood movie for them. Like, yes, that still was a movie for them where, that's their job and they're getting paid and whatnot, but they were really
genuine about it. Like,
to get into it, like the things that he says, like you can tell that he's
Do you hear that? My cat's going psycho.
My
cat has opinions.
That he knows about CF, like that he has learned things about CF. And like I said, that's, there are some people who don't think that awareness is important for certain things, but you have to have a conversation starter.
Yeah,
you have to find a way to get people who know nothing about CF involved. And there were, I think in the movie theater we went to tonight, it was pretty full.
Yeah, it was.
For our knowledge, from what we saw, there was Ashley and one other CFer in there because they were wearing purple and a mask.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let me tell you. So that
everybody knew.
How many of y'all have ever had to go to a movie theater and worried about wearing a mask? How many of y'all have done that? I'm just curious if you.
Yeah.
I that was really weird for me. Even just like being used to wearing a mask around other people, I'm like, this is really weird. Which I really like. That's one thing I really liked. I don't really know who actually started that, but that video that the different CF community people did, like Travis. And all
I think it was Justin Baldoni and them. I think because he posted it on.
I don't know if they did
from the film
because it was really good. Like they made sure they posted it on like every social media they could. Mm-hmm. Like they posted it on Cole's, on Haley's, on all the CF communities that were in the video, and it was just really good because they were just talking about how like if you are sick, please wait to watch it at a later date. If you have CF, wear something that they know you have CF.
Identify you so you can
and wear a mask so you're safe. And like I think that was really smart of them because I know that was one big concern when the movie first came out because that's all I read about was how are you going to prevent like two CF kids sitting next to each other. And I think they did a really good job trying.
They did, but on the other side of that, how many times do you think you or another CFer has been in a grocery store? In a different movie theater, at an amusement park.
You don't always know. Like, you don't.
You could be standing right next to someone else with CF and you wouldn't know it.
Like, one thing that's really important is it's not an...
It's an indivisible. Yeah. It's an indivisible disease. It's on the inside. You can't see it.
That's what I get a lot. Like, I think sometimes I've had issues with, like, teachers and stuff because they're like, you just don't look sick. I didn't even know I was sick the last 2 weeks when I got in the hospital. I went in... My lunch functions were like 47, and I was like, well, that's not normal, but I didn't think that was going to happen. Sometimes it's just more internal, and you don't even realize it, which is kind of scary to think about sometimes, that you're getting worse, and you just don't even realize. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you don't. So, yes, I don't look sick, but I am sick, and I just don't think people understand that. So I feel like that was something just to say.
Okay, and I know it's been in the trailers, so can we just discuss the pills and the pudding?
The pills in the pudding, yeah.
The pills in the pudding got me.
I know when I was the baby, I had my enzymes in applesauce. But the pills in the pudding, next time I'm in the hospital, I'll be like, hey, so I want my pills in my pudding?
I mean, it's interesting. I guess it's a way that you can take them all without, like, you don't take them with water or anything.
I just swallow pills whole.
You know.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's just a way to do it, but that was interesting to me. Like, that was one that I don't know that I've ever seen.
Yeah. But I really think that's it for this.
Yeah, and like I said, I think there are lots of things that, you probably wanted to touch on and discuss.
Yeah,
but
I will definitely do it in a few weeks. I will do a follow-up video after the movie's been out for a little bit. So I just know the movie just came out today when we're filming this, which I think I'm going to post this either tomorrow or Sunday. Like, I'll post it this weekend. But I just don't want to spoil it because there's some stuff I do want to talk about, but I'm going to wait because I just don't want to spoil it. So, I mean, I hope this was helpful. If you just wanted to know if it was accurate or if you wanted to know how anybody felt about it, I hope it helps. So, I mean, go watch it. So then in a couple weeks, you can watch my second video. My cat is going psycho. Y'all hear him? He's crazy. I think he's trying to tell y'all to go watch the movie. Ain't that right, Snooki?
That's what it was.
So me and Mama will be back in a few weeks to do a follow-up video and talk more about like the spoilers and stuff so we can really talk about the movie. Because it's good. It's good to keep the conversation going. Yeah. I think that's really important. Like, this movie is really good to start a conversation and then we can keep it going. And we can, like, get people involved and get some research and more people should know about it. So, I know I didn't make a sentence right there, but it's hard to find the words.
You did basically what I was just saying. You have to start the conversation.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, the movie theater, we kind of got off track because of the mask and stuff, but the movie theater was primarily teeny boppers there to see Cole Sprouse.
Which,
you know,
I mean, that was a really good plus because I love Cole Sprouse.
But I mean, you know, seriously, think about it. Think about all of when you think about the majority of people that were in the movie theater, they were all teenage girls
Cole Sprouse,
that were in there because it's a Cole Sprouse movie and we love Cole Sprouse,
which is good.
But it's good because that's what I'm saying. That's another way that it's relatable. So you start the conversation, which leads to people getting interested, which can lead to funding, which can lead to research, which
we need.
Hopefully, can lead to, you know, their primary goal is to make CF stand for Cure Found. So
yeah, and I think we have a really good. I mean, there's a lot of advances coming. Like we have like a portable vest. Like ours isn't the vest they have in the movie. We have a Monarch, but it's basically the same thing. Like it's a one that you don't have to be hooked on the wall. When she said that, I was like, "Hallelujah, girl!" Because she was like, "Now I don't have to be hooked up to the wall," and I was like, "Yes, let's get off that wall." But so yeah, we have like medicines that's supposed to like increase our life expectancy. And it's getting there, but hopefully this will help
research studies that are going on. And
like, this is really good because I think this is the first real talk about CF. Because like I said, we've popped up in some here and there's, but it has not been justice. It hasn't given us justice. This is like, and this is
on a bigger scale because, like I said, of Cole Sprouse and getting it out there in all these movie theaters and stuff. Because I think the post that they made today was that it came out saying like 2,800 movie theaters across the country, which is big.
That's awesome.
Because some movies don't make it to all of those theaters and whatnot. But
I'm just genuinely excited, and I know some people aren't.
That's okay.
But yeah, that's okay. But I am very, very excited, and I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm gonna see it again tomorrow. So he's just going crazy. But I'm going to go see it again tomorrow, and I'll probably see it like 80 other times. I'll buy the movie. I'll watch it on repeat. I'll cry every time, even though... It's like...
Well, and there are parts. There are parts that are going to get you every time. And like I said, they may not mean as much to other people, but I don't know how many times I've seen the trailer. And in the trailer, one of the things that I picked up on at the very beginning, and it's one of the things that I've heard, Morgan even said in his, it was the thing that got him, like, he was almost teary-eyed in the first initial trailer that he saw, but when she states that she had been living to do her treatments instead of doing her treatments to live, that hit hard.
Yeah, because it's hard. Like, sometimes you just get so wrapped up in, like, I need to do this at this time, I need to do this, I need to do this, and it's hard balancing all that with going to work and going to school and being a teenager. Like, I'm 18 years old.
But like exactly what she was saying, if you're just living to do treatments,
what are you really living
and you're
for?
not doing those treatments to live and to actually have a life and to, step out there and, and so like, love it, hate it, agree with it, disagree with it. I get and I'm sure she does too, with as much as CF has taken from me, I'm taking back one foot.
Yeah, like I said, CF takes a lot.
And I know that conversation right there was the first moment that I really saw you get upset when she was having that conversation about all of the things that CF has taken from her.
It takes a lot. It does.
And so like I said, I know you had said you had moments before that, but that was, I think, the first time that I stopped watching the screen and was watching you and saw that you were very upset by that. Like emotional, maybe not upset, but emotional.
Yeah. It just really hit
because it was because, like I said, they did a really good job when she was doing her vlogs at making them relatable and making them true. And she hit on a lot of points that are true. And it takes a lot away from you, and you spend a lot of time staring at 4 hospital walls, and like. It starts off her in the hospital and she's missing a big event. You miss
Yeah,
things.
I do.
You miss things because you're sick or you're
Yeah.
in the hospital. You can't always go to everything.
I remember I've missed so many concerts for school that I was excited to be a part of. I've missed
And worked
parties.
hard to be a part of.
I work really hard to try to do everything like for my work, and I hate being off for 2 weeks and feeling like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. It just sucks. Like, but I mean, I guess that's a good ending because my phone's about to die, so I don't want this to die.
We don't want to. If we keep talking, we're gonna give away
I
everything.
know. Basically, we're just gonna keep repeating, and then we're gonna get to a point where we're just
So I think we're like at this point we're just kind of blabbering. Anyways, talking to hear ourselves talk.
Yeah, I think so. But like I said, I think I've said this 80 times. We'll do a follow up. Every time I go to end the video, we think of something more to say,
exactly.
but that's okay because I wanted this to be like a raw. Like, I'm not gonna edit a whole lot, and I'm not. I mean, it's just gonna be like a genuine video, so it's okay if it's a mess. That's just it's genuine feelings. So there you go. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Thank you for watching, and go see the movie. And if you have seen the movie, you can comment what you feel about it. And like I said, I'll link Morgan's video because we were talking about it, and I might just link some other things that I feel are important to kind of help just keep the conversation going. Like maybe some interviews that I liked, or we'll see what I put in there, what I throw in there. So just read in the description. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to this more serious sit-down video with me and my mom's. Right. Well,
Try that again.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye.